Hello everybody and welcome to Bathmat Reviews, where today we are going to be talking about the Transformers, I guess War for Cybertron? Netflix, but not really I don't know what to call this guy, because it's the War for Cybertron Netflix mold, which is quite rare, of Soundwave, of course. But I didn't get him in that. I got him in a 3-pack with Megatron, Shockwave, Soundwave, and a chair. And so I never got my hand, like many people, I never got my hands on the Netflix Soundwave, but it seems like they are re-releasing him in what's it called? Age of the Primes. Gosh, I gotta remember that name. I've been reviewing so many of their figures. I just keep forgetting. And yeah, this figure is fantastic. I think I said it in a previous video. Soundwave is one of those figures that has been pretty much perfect since G1. And the fact that you can turn him into anything else and people will be like, yeah, but he should turn into a box, is such a crazy concept to me. And I'm one of those people. Yeah, Soundwave is cool when he turns into like other stuff. My personal favorite being the drone from Prime, because that was sick. But most of the time, if Soundwave looks like this and doesn't look like an entirely different design, I want him to turn into a box. I don't care that that doesn't make sense in the modern day. I want him to. But I get why they kind of have gone away from that, with him turning into like armored audio vehicles or whatever. I can't remember the name, or like sometimes flying spaceships, but I don't know. I like him when he turns into a box. It makes sense. It's one of the best Transformers ever, just period. Like, G1, like, I'm not the biggest fan of G1 figures. Not because they aren't great. They're great for the time, but, yeah, I don't know. I never grew up with them, so I don't have that nostalgia there, and I don't really care about collecting them all that much, especially when they're pretty pricey sometimes. And so, I don't know. But I think Soundwave is one that I might actually want to get, because, again, that figure is just about perfect from the beginning. And, yeah. So, here he is. His accessories are his gun. And I don't know about the paint. This paint might be better than the Netflix Series 1, or it might not be. I don't know. I think it has very good painting. Let's just get a close-up here. He has light piping, but it is some of the worst light piping I've seen. Like, I have light. Like, here, let me just change that and shine it directly on. There we go. And then, yeah, direct light a couple of inches away will do it. But, like, if I just lift this back up, it goes back to being dead. So some pretty terrible light piping there, to be honest, but that's like my biggest flaw with him. And when my previous review, Sound Blaster, has much better eye light piping. I really don't know why. It's like the same setup as well. I really don't know why it doesn't look, why it barely lights up on this guy. But that's my only problem with him, because everything else is just, yes. Actually, my other problem is that for some reason his legs don't want to close straight, so he's always standing in a slight A stance, and that is my true last problem. Like, oh no, he can't stand perfectly straight, and oh no, his eyes don't light up. Oh no. Yeah, but other than that, this figure is great. And yeah, so accessories, he comes with his pew-pew, his other pew-pew, his third pew-pew that I really, really, really don't care about. And since I can't store it in his chest, I tend to just leave it on his back. But he can hold that, and he can do the siege thing where you take this and you can plug it in the butt, and then you can take this one and plug that in its butt, and then you have like a staff weapon that I really don't care about. But yeah, he has this. And one funny thing is that this guy is... I hesitate to call him a remold of... Like, he's like a heavy retool of the Siege one that turns into a spaceship. And I really don't know why they didn't make a new mold, because they basically had to. But he has landing gear. They can flip out and everything. And it really confuses me, because why would you spend whatever amount of budget, like, probably not much, just a couple cents, but, like, you got what looks to be a pin in there, and then an extra plastic piece. Like, wouldn't it just be easier to, like, I don't know, fill in the mold right there so that you don't have to do that? I don't know. I don't care that it's there. It really does not bother me at all. But I just think it's a little bit weird that it's still there. Like, that's 3 pieces. Like, well, that's 2 pieces that don't have to be there. And so that couple of cents would probably add up quite a bit if you're making this guy en masse. And then, like, you got the whole thing of, you know, companies tending to be greedy over every cent. I would expect that they'd like to save that. But I don't know. I'm not the guy who made it. But also, I mean, I don't really care. Oh, also, if you do want this guy, well, you're in luck, because I believe that at some point, Age of the Primes is going to be re-releasing him with also a whole bunch of cassettes. So that's cool. I'm honestly kind of contemplating picking him up again just for the cassettes. But I don't know. It'll depend on the price. If I find him for a good price, I will. Because objectively, this is a really good figure, but it's just cassettes. That's hard. I'm really not sure, because I do want more cassettes, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm off track. So here he is. Let's get in close up there. We got that. You got his little buddy in his chest. We'll get to him in a little bit. You got the play buttons and stuff on his crotch. You got his feet. You got the back where he has his play buttons on his butt. Yes, he has faux play buttons. And yeah. Now, let's get to his cassette. So, you see, he has his finger out like this. Then if you finagle it just right, it's a little bit easier said than done, but you can get it lined up, and then he can, boop. And I think that's fun that he can hit his own button. And pop out that, the tape. And here you have, the tape. And this is clearly Laserbeak. And yay, is cool. So let's get to transformation for him. So first, just kind of get your nail in there and flip out the head. And ooh, I really don't like messing with his beak, but I don't really have much of a choice. It's like the only thing to grab onto. Then bring that forward, bring out the wings, flip this back part up, and then take the feet and bring that down. And there you have, yeah, you have Laserbeak. And he is pretty cool. I think he's totally fine. Chest buddy, and yeah, I mean, he's nothing crazy, but I don't need him to be. He's Laserbeak. It's just nice that he's here, and that he came with this guy, that I didn't have to buy him separately for some reason. And you can also do something pretty cool with him. See, well, actually, you can do something with him that's pretty cool in concept. I have not had much luck in actual practice. See, Laserbeak has these 4 slots right there that are supposedly able to clip on to this right here. And, like, it locks in, but not well enough to stay. And so he's supposed to be able to perch on there by clipping on, which he does balance there. Like, in the thumbnail, I have him there, and that's just balance. So it does work, but it's not perfect, unfortunately. But it clearly works. I do wish it clipped in a bit better, though. I don't know if that's... I'm not even sure if it's supposed to clip in. I feel like it does, because, like, if I press down, it, like, does a little click, but then it, like, pops right back out. But also, he has this part right here, which as far as I know, doesn't go for anything. Like, I have no idea what purpose this would be except for this. So you can then peg him like that. And while that doesn't look, it does look a little bit weird, to be fair, it also works, and you can also then hold him upside down and it won't come off. And you have the added bonus of any figure with a port on its arm can now have, oops, I just knocked him over, can now have Beak sit on, well, their arm. So you got that one, and yes, he has the spot right there, so it could work. You can do it the legit way. You got that. Oh my goodness, just work. Stop flipping in. And here, I'll bring in my boy, and then he can have Beak perched on his arm, and you can do that with Megatron and so many other figures. So that's pretty cool. Again, I have no idea if that's the actual purpose of it, but it works, and that's what matters to me. So now let's get into, did I go over articulation? I don't think I did. Okay, let's do articulation. So, well, articulation for him. He has a head that moves up and down. He has wings that move in and out. He has feet that can do the little cha-cha. And that's it. So, you got full 360, out that far, bicep swivel. You have double bend at the arm. You have nothing at the wrist, but you do have in and out, I guess. So I guess you have something at the wrist. Head is on a ball joint. You have left and right at this, up and down. You have waist swivel. You have, if you lift that up, you got forward that far, back. If you lift this up, back that far, out that far. You have a thigh swivel. You have 90 degrees of bend. Then you have an ankle tilt and up and down a little bit. And so, yep, pretty much the exact same as the Siege figure, but now he turns into something that you actually want him to. And, yeah. So now size comparisons. Here he is with my previous review, Sound Blaster, aka they recolor with an extra tape slot for Soundwave. And, you know, they're basically the exact same because, you know, they're already basically the exact same, just with different transformations, but yeah. Then you got the prime unit of measurement. And you have Batman. And yeah. Now, oh yeah. Whoops. Now let's get to transformation because, well, it's pretty classic and it's awesome. So actually I'll bring in this gun again just so that I can show you how I store it. And, well, we'll transform him back real quickly because you got to put the cassette in for dramatic effect. Boop, 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 ba-doop, shoop, ba-doop. And then, yeah, we'll set him off to the side for that phase. So, what you do, take the hands, flip them in, flip these out, go to the back, flip out the back, take flip, rotate, and flip the arms back. These will peg in. And see, that's what I mean. There's literally no reason for there to be landing gear, except for maybe to fill in that gap. Again, but I don't really care. Then you take the feet, flip them out, close, bring that up. Same thing on this side. Rotato, flip, 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 flip. A lot of flipping. Then you close all that up. Then take these little panels, flip them out, and then peg that in, and et voila. You have him in his, well, tape deck mode. Or tape. I'm blanking on the name. My gosh, you'd think that I'd probably forget the name of a car if I didn't have to say it so often. And yeah, now as far as storage goes, of course you have the button that you can open that up and you can put Beak right on in there. And then you can just take these and you can do it the battery storage way. You can put it there and there. You can put that there. What I do is just to help give it just a little bit more stability, take this, put that there, and then take that, put that there, and there you have everything stored. And that's it. And yeah, well, that's it. Well, actually, let's get into the molded detail real quick. You got the right, the left, which I think is meant to be facing that way. I guess if it was on your side like that. I don't know. Then you have the play, the record, I think that's record. Then you have stop. You got fast forward, rewind, and yeah. And you got rec bat. And yeah, so that's pretty dang cool. That's about it. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Comment down below what characters I should review next. And follow me on YouTube and TikTok. This guy doesn't fly or slide, and that's okay. So, bye!